Hey foodies, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make blackened salmon and a creamy garlic wine sauce. Now let me tell you, this was absolutely delicious and easy to make. With that being said, if you like recipes like these, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. That way you can become a part of the family. That way you don't miss new recipes every week. All right, enough running my mouth and let's get started. So for this recipe, you're going to need 1 cup of heavy cream, 1 tablespoon of flour, the seasonings that I'm going to be using for the salmon, which is going to be Cajun style all-purpose seasoning, Creole seasoning, chili powder, paprika, black pepper, and complete seasoning. Then we're going to use 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 3 tablespoons of butter, 3 cloves of garlic, some wine of your choice, and some chicken broth. And of course, we can't forget the 3 salmon fillets that I'm going to be using. All right, so let's get right into it. So I'm just going to start off by taking those seasonings and just mixing those all together. And then we're just going to season both sides of our salmon. So you can use as little or as much seasoning as you'd like. It's all your preference, but just keep in mind that the seasoning is what's going to give it that blackened look. So once you're done seasoning one side, obviously you want to go ahead and flip that over and season the other side as well. And then I'm just going to repeat those same steps. Now you are going to have a little bit of seasoning left over. That is perfectly fine because we are going to be using that for the sauce. So make sure you don't get rid of that. Okay, so now I'm going to flip the salmon on its side. And I'm going to pick up all of the remainder of the seasoning. You see how there's extra seasoning right there? Yeah, we're not wasting none of that. You want to make sure you coat the sides as well, especially if you have a thicker salmon. And make sure there's flavor all throughout this dish. So you would just want to go ahead and repeat those same steps with your other salmons. All right, so now we are going to move on to searing the salmon. So what you want to do is get you a cast iron skillet and add you some high smoke point oil, like some avocado oil or some vegetable oil. Make sure it's hot enough, and you want to go ahead and add in those salmon fillets. These are not going to take you long to cook. They're going to take you about maybe no more than 2 minutes per side, but you do want to make sure that you're not like messing with it. You really want to make sure that the salmon really gets contact with that cast iron so you can get that nice blackened look. All right, so after 2 minutes, you want to go ahead and flip these over and let them cook on the other side for about 2 minutes. So at this point, you want to go ahead and add in the 3 garlic cloves and about 3 tablespoons of butter. Also, if you have some fresh herbs like some rosemary and thyme, you can add that in as well. You also want to add a tablespoon of lemon juice. And guys, let me tell you, at this point, your kitchen is going to smell really aromatic and amazing. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and baste these salmons. I know we usually don't do this with blackened salmon, but guess what? I like extra flavor in my food, and I can't stand a dry salmon. So if you have a thicker cut of salmon, you want to go ahead and pop this in the oven on 350 for about 6 to 8 minutes, just to make sure it's done in the inside. But seeing that I have a thin piece, I don't have to do this, and this is what my salmon is looking like. As you can see, I didn't get rid of none of the juices from the salmon because guess what? That's going to make for a great gravy. I'm just going to go ahead and add a tablespoon of flour to that. And you're just going to mix that flour until it cooks out. So now I'm going to add in some cooking wine. I added about 1/4 of a cup of that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and stir this until it starts to reduce to about maybe half its size. So now I'm going to add in the chicken stock, and I'm going to add about a 1/2 cup of that. So you just want to go ahead and keep stirring this until it reaches like a gravy-like consistency like this. Once that starts to thicken up, I'm going to go ahead and add in a cup of heavy cream. You just want to keep mixing that until it's a smooth consistency. Okay, so now I'm going to add in a 1/2 teaspoon of Creole seasoning and a teaspoon of that leftover blackened salmon seasoning that we made earlier. So basically just add in the remainders of that. So you just want to go ahead and mix that together. And now I'm going to add in some parsley. I added about, I'd say probably 2 teaspoons of parsley. And then I'm going to go ahead and add about 1/4 of a cup of Parmesan cheese. If you guys have freshly grated Parmesan cheese, obviously use that instead. I didn't have that, so I just used what I had. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and mix that together until that cheese has fully dissolved. And that's our sauce. All right, guys, it's time to plate this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add a filet, and then I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of that creamy garlic wine sauce in the center. You know, gotta make it all pretty for presentation. And then I'm just gonna add some parsley on top. This is such a quick, easy meal that is absolutely delicious. You can eat this over a bed of white rice. You could eat this with some seasoned rice. Or you could eat this with some mashed potatoes. Hell, let me know in the comment sections what you would pair this with. All right, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and cut into this so you guys can see what it looks like. As you can see, the salmon is super juicy and tender since we basted it in that butter sauce as well as smothering it in the creamy garlic sauce. Guys, this meal was just absolutely amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up button as well as subscribing to my channel and hitting that notification bell. I will be posting new content and better content. I usually post twice a week, so look out for that. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.